In part 1, we began the journey meeting African immigrants who left their little communities, villages and cities around the African continent, moved abroad to turn their dreams into success, chasing bigger opportunities, but that was only the beginning. In part 2, we extended the map, traveling to new cities, new industries where African excellence is quietly reshaping local economies and culture.
People actually jump out to go look for jobs, but we are here creating jobs.
In Los Angeles, Ghanaian Dr. Obeng sets the standard in plastic surgery.
Born and raised in Ghana, and I love what I do as a plastic surgeon.
I like to do surgeries nobody can do, so I'm known to do complex reconstruction.
In Vermont, Faith Umba breaks ceiling into the auto industry, becoming the first and only African to own a Toyota Ford dealership.
I am a Nigerian. I'm the owner of Faith Toyota Ford in Westminster, Vermont.
In Houston, Kennedy is dominating the construction industry and Dami closing multi-million-dollar listings yearly.
I've sold over $60 million so far. Respectfully and humbly, I'm 1% of the 1%.
The US is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. It's an immigrant country founded by immigrants. I came from Nigeria, I became a US citizen. I came from Nigeria, I'm building houses in the US.
They aren't just in business, they are penetrating into politics to help shape policies in America.
My name is Rev Solomon Adesanya. I represent the 43rd District in the state of Georgia.
When I came here 20 years ago, being African was almost like a stain. People weren't proud to be African.
I will spend 24 hours with them, visiting their homes and businesses to investigate and learn how they were able to build huge businesses as immigrants in the United States. These are Africa's most successful immigrants in America. We started the journey in Vermont.
We're about to meet this Nigerian entrepreneur. He's the first Nigerian, the first African to own a Ford and Toyota dealership.
Welcome to Faith Toyota Ford. This is beautiful to have you from Nigeria, at least to see what we do. Here is our waiting area. Around this area is our sales department. So you have all the managers and also all the guys that handle all the finance and all the transactions. Because we sell not only Toyota on this side, we also have the Ford. Of course, there's a beautiful Ford Mustang on our Ford franchise line.
Oh, real quick, how much does this cost?
I think it's like $50,000.
$50,000?
Yeah, it's very cheap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was cheap.
This is cheap money. So when all the transactions are completed, this is our private offices. And here is my own office. So
Okay.
this is what I say and of course, watch what is going on in the business. And I have my conference room here. And this is where I have my meetings with all the management. If there's anything confidential to discuss, we'll do that and they display everything on the display monitor.
Okay. So how many people do you have in this building working at a time?
With the part-time and the full-time, so we probably have about 70. 5 that will be in the building all the time, and the part-time people probably going to be about 30 of them. So we got about 100 employees in total. So this is our customer service area.
Okay.
So customers drive through the building if they're coming for service.
Yeah.
So the door opens, of course, and they will leave their car here. They'll walk through that door to talk to the service technicians that will help them out.
Okay.
Actually, here is we have all our parts. So every single part, which I'll have to show you, every single part that are being used to replace the vehicle, we have them all stored in that building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is huge. Right.
Hello.
Wow. This is the whole warehouse.
And it goes to one aisle, and it turns around the other aisle.
Wow, this is huge.
So this is where all the repairs happen. Sometimes can be really noisy.
Yeah. How many cars can be fixed here at a
We
time?
can fix up to 25 vehicles at the same time. One thing that's pretty cool with this lift right here, it can take any vehicle up to 40,000 pounds.
Whoa.
So it doesn't matter how heavy that is,
Yeah.
you'll be able to lift it up, and these guys can walk safely underneath. You can take a really close look on how the equipment is.
Well, I always get scared getting under this, because I feel like
It's very safe.
Okay, I'm gonna wait here for you.
It's very safe.
Yeah.
So on this side, we have all our Ford technicians, and this is a commercial big equipment line. And then on this side, we have all Toyota lines. This is all Toyota, and This is all Ford. This is alignment equipment. With the alignment machine, it handles everything for the alignment, and the computer does everything for them. Then for storage, we have more storage for parts, especially in New England. We have two seasons. You have the summer and then you have the winter.
Yeah.
So we have the snow tires, which they will change during the winter time, and those tires are right on top. If you want to go see it, we can show you. This is something pretty cool. So all the red boxes, we call it specialty tools. It goes back all the way to 1970s. So any motor vehicle that comes in through my building, we'll be able to diagnose it, we'll be able to fix it. Less than a day, depends on the complexity of it. It's because we have the equipment to do so.
Is it true that you're one of the only Africans in this area to own your own dealership and everything? And then how does it feel to hold such a title? I noticed there's not a lot of Africans working for you. So how does that feel?
That is correct. When I first joined Toyota and Lexus, we all count together in the United States. We have 1,300 Toyota dealerships and Lexus dealerships in the country. Out of the 1,300, we have about 44 that are black people. From the black people, when I bought the dealership, I was the only African person that owned a Toyota and Lexus dealership. There was none. From Florida all the way up here, I don't think there's anybody from Africa. You can open up a used car lot somewhere, anybody can do that. But not anybody can own a Ford dealership, and not anybody can own a Toyota dealership. You have to qualify for it, background check, so many things that will make you qualify to get an approval. And also the funds, how much it costs to even buy a dealership. Yes.
Owning and operating a franchised new car dealership in the US of this magnitude is a major financial commitment, considered a multi-million-dollar operation, often demanding millions in inventory, working capital, facilities, and franchise rights before a single car is sold.
You said about the responsibility and how does it make you feel? I mean, you feel good, but also it weighs you that you represent African people, you represent Nigeria. Seeing that makes me happy that at least one of us made it this far, that one of us own a franchise dealership, that one of us can give hope to somebody that is like to do any kind of business. If my story can help somebody, a young girl or a young boy tomorrow that's looking up on mom and dad and want to do better than them, they want to own their own business, absolutely.
And then I visited LA, one of the richest cities in America, home to the Hollywood, the US film and TV industry, but also the cosmetic capital of America, where Ghanaian Dr. Obeng is leading the wave in cosmetic surgery and one of the most successful plastic surgeons in America.
Well, guys, my name is Dr. Michael Kwame Obeng. Dr. Michael Kelvin, also known as Dr. Miko. Born and raised in Ghana, and I love what I do as a plastic surgeon.
My first encounter with him was through this viral interview on School of Hard Knocks.
Just 1 second.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
$9 million.
$9 million?
I visited his consultation office here in Beverly Hills.
So is this the main front desk?
This is the nurse's station.
Okay.
When patients come here, they check out. That's the main front desk right here, so I'll show you. One of the things I like about this offices is the views. This is one of the most beautiful places you can see. These are treating, we have all the lasers in the world. It's another examination room.
Okay.
We have access to mini C-arm, so we can get x-rays here. And my partners here, they also do hand surgery. And this is something that we use. We can check, do images right here in the office.
Okay.
That's a procedure room. So Dr. Lesavoy did a procedure this morning, awake liposuction.
Okay.
You can do, this is the machine, this is old school, but yeah, you can do smaller procedures here. And all the big cases and the general anesthesia, we go to the operating room,
okay,
which is across the hall. All right.
Okay.
This is my diploma from Harvard. This is my certification from the American Board of Plastic Surgery. Very small league. It's an exclusive league. There are less than 10,000 board certified plastic surgeons in the world. These are typical breast implants. These are different sizes for breast reconstruction. These are sizes. This is what an actual implant looks like.
Yeah.
These are sizes. It kind of gives an idea. but you can touch it. So the girls that you see, all the Wahala girls, this is what they have inside.
So, but how do you know, like,
which one fits in?
Yeah.
If you put this here, right, and you close your eyes and touch it. Boop, boop. It feels like breast tissue, right? See, it has the same density as breast tissue. Okay, see this?
Oh.
Yeah, see, I cut it. Okay, so it doesn't go anywhere. It feels.
Yeah.
See that? So back in the day, it would leak. But now, see, it's cut. So once we put this inside a patient, right? This has been damaged, right?
Yeah.
See, it's not spilling out. But your body forms what's called a capsule around it, around your implant. And that's why you heard women would say that, oh, I have encapsulation. Whenever you put a foreign body, whenever anything goes inside the human body, okay, God has created a defense mechanism that we form what's called a tissue, a capsule around it, okay, to defend it, to protect it from getting contaminating our tissue.
Right.
Okay.
I watched him consult with some of the patients before taking them to surgery.
Okay, Adrian, I look forward to working with you. Okay.
And yes, it is my first time in an operating room.
Sorry. You're okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, you can come on in. Let's get a hernia repair. Okay, hernia repair. People here? See?
Hi, Max.
You can get action
Take
shots,
deep breaths. It's all finished. Surgery's over.
Let's clean the back real quick. Harry. Something wet? Yeah, we just finished a breast reduction. Everything went well. I'll show you the specimens. This is the breast tissue that we took off. It has to go to pathology. See this?
What is that?
That's breast tissue. So breast is nothing but fat.
Okay, now just drop her.
Breast is nothing but fat. 40 to 60% of breast tissue is fat. So that's when people gain weight. That's when people gain weight, their breast gets bigger. Yeah. Now we're done. Patient boobs looks amazing. We're waking up, and then we're going to go recovery, and then that's it. And the patient will be back in the office the next 72 hours to be evaluated, make sure everything is fine. Thank you, Chica.
Thank you for helping us.
She's a soccer player. I'll see her. She plays soccer all the time.
Yeah. How long did this take?
3 hours. My patient is going to recovery. This is where the patient is going to be coming to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's going to be here, going through recovery. And how long is she going to take to recover?
About 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, really? And she's done? She's ready to go?
And then she goes home.
Oh, wow.
She goes home. See, she's coming. You can get a little bit.
Beverly Hills is one of the... It's very famous. It's a very expensive place. People come here to do all sort of cosmetic, procedures and stuff like that. And I saw so many articles referring to you as one of the most successful African in this market, for a market that is very competitive like Beverly Hills. How were you able to rise to the top here as an African immigrant?
I decided to move here after my first 6 years in practice. When I finished Harvard, I was hired in Ohio. So my first job, I was the youngest chief of plastic surgery at the age of 33 at Broadman Health Center in Ohio. To come here, I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I knew if anybody can do it, it's me. When I decided to leave Ohio, my business manager at the time, planner, said, why are you committing career suicide? They pay you a lot here, making about $500,000. Everybody loves you here. You are like the king. Everybody knows who you are. Why do you want to go to California? Okay, so you're not going to last 6 months. He said, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. When you tell me that I can't do something, that's all I need to hear.
When you came in here, did you see America as a place where you can be a successful immigrant?
Of course. America is a land of opportunities, okay? The land flowing with milk and honey. I knew I was going to make it. I knew it. The day I arrived, I felt like I've arrived in heaven. But of course, I came with a plan. My uncle had told me, say, you know what? Why don't you go to school in Ghana? Go to school in Ghana, and I will send you money. Okay, he wrote me a letter. He's like, why do you want to come to America? I said, you are too intelligent, too smart to come to America. So if you come to America without papers, you end up
as the average African, driving taxis, cleaning floors, and we need to stay in Ghana. But I know myself better than anybody.
But you knew this when you were 13. 13 is still pretty much young. Like you're still just trying to understand life. You know, most people don't get very exposed at 13. So what did you see, or what made you decide or pick America as a place you would want to move to?
Sure. So, you know, of course, my uncles were here, and I knew that without my uncles, we would not have a life in Ghana. Okay, they worked, they sent money to my grandmother. My grandmother used that money to support me.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I knew that if I came to America, where the money was coming from, I can get some more money.
Okay, that's right?
So that's why America was on my map. So I grew up, I have family in America. My uncle said, you know, fine, you want to go to America, you can. So, but you know, he said, if you get the visa, I'll buy your ticket. That's my contribution to you. If you get an American visa, it's like the lottery. But you know, back then, yeah, but I think my uncle probably thought, okay, you know, he would never get the visa.
He would never get it.
Back in late 90s, I just finished school, and along the line, my uncle had just came back from the Netherlands, and I always loved the idea of living overseas. And I did not know which country, I did not know what to do. And when you are thinking of traveling, nobody even tell you that it's cold over there. You don't even know anything bad. All you see is, I want to travel, it's beautiful. So with time, the interest of traveling became really stronger that I left my school that time. And you have that mentality, once you go over there, there's always money on the street.
And your time, you didn't have internet where you couldn't even go and
no
research.
Internet. I joined my uncle in the Netherlands. So we stayed there and I stayed there with him for about 6 years before he retired, and I'm back in Nigeria now. So when I met my wife, I never been to America. I did not even had any dream of living in America. I wanted to be in Europe, do my things, finish my school, and live in Europe. America was not even part of it. But one day, of course, life changed, and we have to join her, and I joined her to come back this way. When I came, now you're looking at a black person and minority with an accent, name it, everything negative that you can think of, that we have issues when people migrate.
We are visiting an aftercare facility of one of his patients that just went through a procedure.
This is where I keep my patients.
Your patient, right?
From out of town, the aftercare. Welcome to Beverly Hills, Prestige Aftercare, the most beautiful aftercare.
This is a Pyramid of Giza?
Yeah, oh yeah. This is the owner of Prestige. This is the
Hello,
best,
sir. I heard so much about you already.
Aftercare facility,
Nice to meet you.
in my opinion, in the whole city of Beverly.
Oh my God, such a privilege.
How's our patient doing?
He's doing great.
And when you get a chance, if you can take him to the rooftop.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Tomorrow I'm going to tape the support of the eyes. You see that you have to continue to do this for me. Okay, you see what I'm doing?
Got it.
Yeah, just pull your up. Yeah, pull it up. Basically, you're putting your cheeks up, exactly. And just hold it so that it doesn't pull down, okay?
Got it.
So this patient is, he's post-op day number 4. Status post, neck and facial rejuvenation. See the eyelid is very swollen, okay?
Yeah.
You can't see my eyelid lift, neck lift. The neck is all gone. You see this? Mm-hmm. Everything looks good. So I'm about to discharge him to go home. We're going to put a new garment.
Okay.
Tomorrow when I see you. Is it very expensive? My patients have money, so they can afford it.
For a one-night stay here is $2,350 a night. But that includes the transportation, the round-the-clock nursing care, the meals and beverages, the helping them with the wound dressing changes, blood pressure medications, all of that.
People are paying a lot of money. They want it to be a place like this, you know, where they can go outside, and this is like the best. There you go, sir.
Looking like new money.
Me coming here was a miracle. That's a movie of its own, okay? And it is still a dream for most Africans. Okay?
100%.
I knew that I didn't want to live in Ghana. And this was at an early age, about 13, 14, I wanted to come to middle school, high school here. And when I came here, I knew I was going to make it. If I was in Ghana, I don't think I would be a doctor, because when I left Ghana, guess where they placed me? Engineering school. Okay, because I was so good in math.
Yeah.
Okay, math was my strongest field. When I was coming here, I told the immigration, I'm coming to study agricultural engineering. At the time, Ghana had only 2 universities, and agricultural engineering was not a course that was offered in Ghana. And then I told him my father owns a farm. So my father wants me to go study, come back, so the dots are connected, and take over the farm and as an agricultural engineer. I got the visa, okay, because I was very strategic.
Yes.
I got here on August 21st, 1993, and I was supposed to be in school on August 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay, in Texas. I didn't have money to go. When I came, I got here on a Saturday, August 21st, 1993, Sunday 22nd, Monday 23rd, I called the school, told them I made it, I'm sick, I want to defer. Okay, my whole plan was to defer and work. I'm going to come to America, I'm going to work. I understand that you make $5 an hour. If I work 20 hours a day, every day I make $100. And I would save it and go to school, right? Not knowing that there's something called taxes.
Oh yeah, of course.
So here am I come to America, but I was very lucky. When I came within a week, I was working. I was working under the table, working, that's what most immigrants do.
Yeah.
I was able to find, the first week, I was able to find a job working at a Mediterranean bakery in Alexandria, Virginia. It's my second week, I got a second job. What did I do there? I was cutting meat. Mind you, I was that kid who did not eat meat growing up in Ghana. My grandmother used to send me to Mayanka, which is where we buy the meat, okay, the meat place. And I would go there as a kid, there are flies all over the meat, so I never really liked meat. Okay, this is a job that if you pay me $20,000 in Ghana to touch meat, I wouldn't even do it. Worst jobs I've ever had. But one day there was a lady who came, a Ghanaian lady. This lady comes up to me and he looks at me like this. And she speaks in my language. He said, Abrantia, Ejuma wedi emfatao. I almost cried. It means, young man, you're so handsome, this job doesn't suit you. This is my car, let me find you a job. I cried that night.
So we call these 3 bays right here the quick lane or express service. So this is where all the cleanup bays. So what they do is get a cab off, so we get a used vehicle or they trade it in. This is where they will clean it. We have our call center.
Oh, you have a dedicated call center?
Yes. And it goes all the way around.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. Guess a lot of people are off today.
Yes, a lot of people are off today, yes.
Oh, okay.
Lunchroom, conference room for the sales team. So this is where they handle all the transaction.
Oh, right. Okay, this is that room. Okay.
This is all the accounting room. They handle all the title, change of ownership, everything that has to do with privacy with the customer. It happens in this room. They have an office up here.
You have another office here?
Yes, and from here you can actually see everything around the dealership.
Wow.
It will be difficult to duplicate this in Nigeria because of the stability or instability, I would say. The opportunity here is a little bit different, but I did not have that plan from Nigeria that I'm going to have a car dealership. I did not have that plan that I'm going to be somebody. I just wanted a little thing for me to be able to put food on the table. Some people will say, yes, you are living an American dream, or actually you're living more than an American dream. I would say yes, because not everybody, not even American people, can be what I am today. These all are rental cars, so people can actually come in here, just like an enterprise rental car. Yeah. You can come in here and rent any of these vehicles. For the day, for the week, maybe for a month or whatever you want to do. There's another way of people test driving vehicles is to see how they like it. They can rent it for vacation and then bring them back. So on this line, these are all sold units. These are customers have bought them and they were just waiting to get their paperwork or get their finances done. Then on this side is all our used vehicles. And we have a very nice security system. So this is all Ford section. Everything is here is all new Ford. Brand new. Electric? Those, yes, those 3 right there are all electric, that's correct. So these are all new Toyotas in this section. When you see a lot of electric cars, you probably wonder how do we charge it, especially when you have a lot of them. The charging station, you can see the charging station depends on where you are within the area on your app. And you will come in, this is open for public. And you come in, just the same way you will see a gas station and buy fuel for your car, the same way you will see it, and it's pretty easy to use. You pull this out, slide it in your car, You pay and you're done. It charges. This is a DC fast charger. This is super fast. You get about 1,000 volts of electricity coming through. So they cannot regulate how much you can get. If not, it may blow up the battery. The very first job that I found was sales job, selling cars. For 22 years, I've never done any job differently other than what I'm doing right now. And with time, I learned how this is done. And the opportunity came to buy my first store. I mean, this one looks bigger. It wasn't like this, that's the truth, when I bought it. No, it was a small business when I purchased it, about 9 years ago. So with time, I built the building and getting everything and to where it is now. Sometimes I look at myself and like, how did I even get here? That you have something like this working for yourself. I mean, the best thing that can happen for anybody that live overseas is own your own business. And I thank God for everything, because it's a blessing. This business, I look at it that it represents Africa, and it actually represents Nigeria, and it of course represents our Igbo ingenuity. So I did not know that you can actually sell automobile to make a living until I came here. I remember the first time I actually got my job. The first thing I looked at when I went in, the dealership was very close to a gas station. So I drove in close to this gas station as if I was pumping gas. And I was watching the guy to make sure that, man, these people look like people that can eat. Oh, so they look good. African mentality, everything is food. If you can eat, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you don't eat, the person is broke.
Struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling. So I felt, they look good. I said, okay. The next day, I dressed up and I applied for the job. And I remember the manager saying, this guy, I couldn't even understand anything that he says, but I'm going to give him a shot. And it happens to be the best thing that ever happened to me.
While Faith built his career in one of the most competitive sectors of the American economy, today he stands at the helm of a Toyota, Lexus, and Ford dealership, overseeing operations that employ dozens of people and serve thousands of customers.
When I left Nigeria, people were leaving Nigeria because they want to live in Nigeria. Nigeria economy was not even bad at that time. Right now, social media has made it. I don't even know what the new generation are thinking anyway. It doesn't matter. Yes, I want to run. I want to go over there. Okay, I've seen people complain about working in a warehouse and they put it on social media, they're complaining. The truth of the matter, I've done that type of job before.
You've worked in a warehouse?
I've picked tomatoes before in a farm.
Interesting.
I've done those odd jobs. Why would you even complain that you work at a warehouse? Then go stay in Nigeria, and then when you have no job for 20 years. I know people that have graduated and they never get a job. If I go work at a warehouse, I want to be the supervisor. It's one thing in my mind always. I want to work in a place as an apprentice and work out as the owner. You have to work. It does not come easily.
Houston stands as one of the most important cities for the African diaspora in America, with one of the largest Nigerian population outside Africa. Here, I am meeting Nigerian entrepreneurs who are shaping industries like real estate.
All right, so today we are in Kennedy's property. So he's a real estate developer here in Houston, and we are at his residential home. So I'm gonna go meet him. Hello, sir.
Steve.
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, nice to see you. When was the last time I saw you?
That should be in May. Huh?
May, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is your Igbo mansion, huh?
It's a mansion. This is not a mansion in America.
How long have you been living in Houston?
2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah. Well, let me show you my home office, okay? Yeah. Early in the morning, we have few meetings, connect with Nigerian office.
Yeah.
And then before we head out to the main office here in Houston and
So
then to site.
Running a business in 2 countries, dealing with like 6 hours time difference. How are you able to cope with that?
Not many times that you need to wake up. If you have good structures, people do what they need to do. Just when you have some few meetings and then you wake up on time to do the meetings.
That's right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just your discipline, meeting up with global times.
Why did you choose Houston as a place to, set up a company and live?
You know how you want to start from known to the unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know basic things about Houston, the community, the African community, the Nigerian community here.
Oh, okay.
And then the fact that, my kids were born here, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's easier to just, fill in and then go to places that I want to explore. You know,
So it was mostly like familiarity, like you're already used to this area. Did you come here multiple times before you decided to?
We've been coming to Houston for almost every year, you know, from 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about the ease of building a business here for you as a Nigerian?
Ease of building business in America, I mean, it's same anywhere.
It's not just particular to Houston.
Yeah, not just, you know, so it's same. It just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And what you want to do. You know,
Okay.
for us, it's purely real estate development. And we felt it's necessary here to start with this place. Of course, we'll go to other states, you know, which is in view, you know, a few months from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I eat very small food.
So guys, I've been in Houston and I've been eating a lot of Nigerian food here. Just like I'm in Lagos or something. Jollof, plantain. I was thinking I'll be eating a lot of American food. Like, what is American food? Donuts. All right, so before we go meet our next guest, in 2024, I started a figure around $95 billion in remittance was sent back to Africa. Now, this money is sent by these successful Africans as school fees, rent, hospital bills, business capital, just supporting family back at home. But now, here's the problem. Sending money hasn't always been easy. There's hidden fees, there's inconsistency in exchange rates, and that's why today's video sponsor, Raenest, matters. You know how annoying sending money across countries can be, the crazy fees, the inconsistency in exchange rates. So I've been using Raenest and honestly, it just solves that problem. It lets me send money across border instantly without hidden charges. And let me show you how. All right, so this is my Raenest account. So if I want to send money, it's quite easy. You just hit send. You go ahead and add a receiver, add a bank account. I'm going to select the currency. In this case, I'm sending USD to Naira. I just go ahead and select the bank and I put in the account number. So let's say I want to send $50 for example. It's going to do the exchange right there. Then hit continue and you see how fast it sends. And you can see the money has already reflected. You can transfer money to over 50 countries and receive money from around 90 countries of the world easily with this single application. So whether you are paying your suppliers or supporting family back at home or getting paid for your work, everything happens inside of the Raenest app. You can also receive money into your wallet in multiple currencies, create a virtual card or physical card and spend easily. That is really why I use this platform. If you need an all-in-one app that allows you create an actual account in different currencies, enable you send money across border and also allow you spend conveniently, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you so you can try it out for yourself. I know most of you are watching this video on your TV, so scan this QR code on the screen and you can sign up. Thank you so much, Raenest, for sponsoring our video and enabling me to travel and tell beautiful stories all around the world.
My name is Kennedy Nadia. I'm in Nigeria. I lead a company, Pennek. We build homes here in Houston, Texas.
He would take me to one of his recent projects currently being built here in Houston.
Your company has been 2 years in America.
Yeah, you know, when we came in, you know, you have to study a lot of things. You don't just jump and start building. There's a lot of things to go through. The pre-construction period here is the most tedious. Not even the construction. Construction itself takes about a few months. Come see what we have here.
That's right. How many bedrooms here?
Living room, 3 bed,
3 beds,
2.5 bath, the way we call it here.
Yeah.
So this is the whole living room with the kitchen.
Nice.
The countertop, the cabinets. So you have a dishwasher. Come here. The oven. The pantry will be here.
Nice. Like a very small family home. So all
the beds are on the second floor.
Down here you just have the garage.
You just have the garage, you know, living room. Yeah, this is the garage.
Nice.
All these are still under construction, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have the half bath. This is the primary room. So this is the full bath.
Yeah.
You know. So you have that, you have the shower, you have the toilet itself. And then the closet.
Closet is here.
Quite big, you know. All this should be ready in 2 weeks.
And how long did it take you to get to this level?
4 months.
4 months?
4 months.
Okay. Yeah. What took the most time? Is it the foundation? Because I know you guys are building with wood. So
what takes more time is the interior finishing.
Yeah.
Foundation is just barely a day. I mean, a week.
A week.
A week. Yeah. To do a good work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So we call these rooms. These are the Jack and Jill, the 2 other rooms. Jack and Jill, you know, where they share this bathroom and towels. You know, Jack and Jill is like where you have the kids room, the guys and the girls. You know.
That's right. And this home, how much is this home?
This 400,000.
400,000.
400,000 and below, you know.
Yeah. And how many units are you building here?
8 units. We're doing 8 units in this. This is a mini subdivision, I will call it. We have one down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you were building in Nigeria, so having come to America and you've done your first project, your second project. What have you learned?
So it's more technical. You have to look at the details. So many fine lines that you have to go in between, you know, to be sure that the numbers will match up at the end of the day. You know, because of course, you know, the profit margin here is smaller than what we have back home.
Who do we have here? Who do we have here? You are recording me, I'm recording you.
How you doing?
My boss. Now you be this? Yes, oh man, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I hear that you're the one ruling the town now.
We're trying. Just a little something. Just small. Just small. Likewise, man. Likewise. Welcome to Houston.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Come on in.
What did you call this?
Mi casa.
Your house is mi casa?
Yes,
Why is it called mi casa?
It's Spanish for my house.
Oh,
Spanish, yeah? Spanish for my house.
Oh, nice.
So
it's huge,
house,
yeah?
Yes.
So is that why you choose to live here in Houston? Because you can get a big house, you know?
Absolutely.
Because we just came from New York and people don't own this kind of houses.
Yeah. If you try to buy this type of house in New York, you will spend a lot of money. Like
nice.
So this is where we make magic happen.
It's where you make money?
What is it?
It's where you make money.
Yes, sir. I mean, I do my real estate stuff here. This is where I handle all my business, all my transactions and everything. You know, if you need to see homes, you know, this is where I send all my clients their homes.
Yeah.
Have the music going.
So how many houses have you sold in your lifetime here? Do you have that number?
I've done well over 100.
100 homes?
Yeah, I've done well over 100. I've sold over $60 million.
60 M?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hi, my name is Dami the Realtor, aka Agba Realtor, and I'm Nigerian, but I'm a US citizen and I'm a real estate agent here in Texas, and I'm part of the 1% top agents here. So pretty much, I've been doing comedy since 2013. I've been doing comedy skits, and then I started doing stand-up comedy and emceeing in 2014, and I quit my full-time job in 2015 to do full-time entertainment. And at the time I lived in Miami. So when I quit my job, I moved to Houston because I was like, hey, Houston is much more affordable than Miami because Miami is very expensive. So I moved down here and then I was doing my thing full-time, and then COVID hit in 2020. But before COVID, you know, I was doing back-to-back gigs. Like sometimes one weekend I can be in 3 different cities, just traveling. So I was doing very well. And then COVID hit and shut all of that down. So I had to pivot, you know, I had to figure out what am I going to do now. And then I remember my dad always talked to us about getting into real estate in some way, shape or form. I was like, let's do it. So that's how I became a realtor. I got my license and, you know, started marketing myself, started promoting and started making magic happen.
So, but then why did you decide to move to America from Nigeria?
I've been here since 2005. I came at 17. I came for college. I mean, at that time, I wasn't doing anything comedy. I was just trying to go to university and, you know, get my degree.
You never thought after college you were going to go back to Nigeria?
Nah.
Why was that?
I mean, because it's America. When you live here, you see the opportunities here, and you see the challenges that people are dealing with in Nigeria, and you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm going back there.
So you mentioned you had closed X amount of properties. You think if you were selling real estate back at home, do you think you would sell that much homes in Nigeria?
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
Here I've sold over $60 million so far, you know, in a span of 5 years, which is something that regular realtors don't do. So respectfully and humbly, I'm 1% of the 1%. I see what the market is like in Nigeria. I see how realtors push themselves in Nigeria. The terrain is very different. Real estate works very different here than it works in Nigeria. So matter of fact, let me take you guys, let me take you to go see some of the homes we have here. Okay, so this is one of the homes that we have here for sale. So this is a model home which kind of like gives you an idea of what your home could look like. So one of the best features about this house is something called a mother-in-law suite.
Oh,
right?
really?
So that means you have your home separate and then you have this.
Oh.
This is a mother-in-law suite, which is pretty much an apartment within your home. So if you come here, you'll see that you have your own living room here, you have your bathroom right here, and then you have your bedroom right here. And then obviously you just close that door so you're away from the main house.
Nice.
This is your living area. You have your high ceilings, your 20-foot ceilings. Over here, you have your breakfast area. This is where you and your family, you gather to eat your food. And then you see the kitchen.
Yeah. How much is this home going for?
This home, it's about 800,000. But, the price varies based on what you want to add to your own home. Everything here you can pick out. You can pick out every single thing. If you want to build from scratch, like your light fixtures, the type of stove you want, the type of microwave, oven, you can pick out every single thing. Even like your faucets, you can pick everything. So that would obviously impact your overall price.
What's the neighborhood? And is it a good price for the neighborhood?
Yes, this is a great price for this neighborhood. There are more expensive areas and obviously there are less expensive areas, but this area has good schools, good school district. It has a lot of amenities for your kids. Pretty much has everything that most people would usually be looking for a house they want to settle in. This is the backyard here.
Nice.
So you have like the gas line. And basically what this is like you can put like an inbuilt gas grill here. You can do like an outdoor kitchen, just do your build out here. You obviously have your furniture, patio, your patio furniture. What some people would do, they can put like a floating TV that can kind of like fold up, whether you put it there or here, whatever works for you. So, you just have your backyard as your premium chilling section. This is the master bedroom, but here we call it the primary bedroom. And this is the bathroom. You have your dual vanity.
How do you learn to sell real estate?
I guess just over time, just watching people, watching the greats do it, you kind of pick up on certain things. And then obviously me being a comedian, I infuse myself and my personality into it.
Yeah.
You have your tub, you have your walk-in shower, which is very good size. You can sit down there if you want. This is the closet.
Oh, nice. Walk-in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a walk-in closet. And there's still more. You can come see over here as well.
Oh, impressive.
Yeah. And then, some people, you can customize your closet however you want. So you can have like a bunch of racks and all that good stuff.
If you were going to buy this home, what feature of this home would make you put down a deposit for this property?
The mother-in-law suite.
Really?
The mother-in-law suite, yeah. That's like a lot of people look forward to that. So like if imagine you have a nanny, you have kids, right? And you have a nanny that lives with you. You don't want her being all in your business all the time. So she can have a little corner in there and you're still being your family, and when it's time for her to take care of the kids, she'll just come in and do that.
I mean, you mentioned you had been in Miami.
So
for a property like this in Miami, what is it going to be like?
You'll be at least 2 million.
2 million?
At least 2 million, if not more. Yeah, because if you see the house you buy in Miami for 800K,
yeah,
it's pretty much like the mother-in-law suite.
Yeah.
Just the mother-in-law suite. That's what you buy for 800K.
Right.
Actually, this in Miami will be maybe like 4 or 5, really.
5 million. And in New York?
Why
did you laugh?
Jesus will have to help you pay it. So this is called the open to below, where from up here you can kind of see what's going on down there. You have your game room right here, so your kids can play. This is kind of like their own section.
Nice.
And then you have your media room. Pretty good size. If you set it up, you know, do like your whole theater chairs and all of that, then boom. So this is one of the secondary bedrooms. Okay. And you have the walk-in closet right there. You have the bathroom there. So let's see, this is another bedroom right here.
Nice.
And this is another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it has a walk-in closet in there. So, you know, it's not every day you see a realtor that is also a comedian and work in both fields and flourishing in both fields, you know, but to God's glory, I'm one of one, you know. I actually had my 10 years on stage anniversary comedy show last year here in Houston. Sold out show, over 500 people were in there. And while I was performing, I was still educating people about real estate. You go buy a house by fire, by force.
Why did you feel like you needed to expand to America?
Before now, you know, I've been to Harvard, I've been to, you know, Stockmore Business School in Kenya, also, you know, the numero uno in Africa, Lagos Business School.
Yeah.
You know, for me, you know, you can argue that, so every time we do starting kind of discussion and all that, you know, the conversation is always about to be a global brand.
Okay.
You know, and what is global if you're not seen in different aspects or different countries on different continents, you know. So we thought it wise to say, okay, we need to be a bit diversified in terms of how we do our business.
Right.
You know, every now and then we have companies coming to Nigeria, international companies coming to Nigeria. You know, we said, why not? We can do it. You know, and 5 years ago we listed 3 countries. I don't know why UAE is not among them, but I know we listed 3 countries: US, UK, and Canada, where we do business, where we do business and all that. And this was even way before the Japa syndrome. So
yeah,
and that's why people say, did you Japa? No, we still do business, we still do all that. You know, so it wasn't even about the Japa, because I mean, people actually Japa to go look for job, but we are here creating jobs, so it's a different thing.
That's right.
Kind of, I call it expansion. You know, expanding our company, making it a global brand.
Yeah.
You know, and then having access to, you know, international benefits of having companies here and there. You know, so that's how we said let's come to America.
So why do they build with wood in America?
I think their weather.
The weather?
You know, yeah. The weather and some structures are more or less like a cultural thing. This being how they've always been building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often do you come to site?
I come here maybe once or twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once or twice a week. You guys need.
Yeah. So what's your...
Everybody knows what to do here. I don't need to supervise them.
So how many people work for you here in America? Your permanent staffs?
Core staff is just 2.
Okay.
But this, I mean, you have people on contract, there are about 30 of them.
After this project, where next?
Downtown, Energy Corridor.
Oh yeah.
And then the suburbs.
The suburbs.
Suburbs is where we can do a lot of buildings, you know. Yeah.
Right.
We can do the kind of buildings I like to do, the hundreds and above. I've always loved real estate. So those days, any of my friends that is building, I'm usually like one of the first people that go to their site to look at what they're doing, you know, just to see what they're doing and all that, and gain some experience also, you know. But we started off pretty much in 2014. We pretty much started with less than $2,000. Yeah, thereabout. Yeah, it was basically like all I have then, you know, after doing oil and gas and doing some commodity supply like sugar importation and all that, my uncle.
So why did you choose real estate as an industry you want to operate in?
Well, it has always been first a passion thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's always been a passion. My first property I bought in Abuja was 150,000 naira. I remember that 150,000 naira property turned into about 2-3 million after some years. So, you know, and when we're doing oil and gas and commodity supply, the little cash that I had then, I had to buy property in Bajuleki.
Nice.
So when issue came up, doing sugar importation and all that, I had to fall back to what I have, to sort out some debt and all that, which is real estate. Then I had about 1 acre in Bajuleki, You know, and guess what? I think I sold 1 or 2 plots for the price of the entire 1 acre that I bought. You know, yeah, I think 1 acre 6 plots, you know, and I sold like 1 or 2. I can't remember now. I think I sold 1 or 2 for the exact price that I bought the entire 6.
Wow.
You know, and even as at then, I sold it at that price because I really needed money. So it was like a distress sale. You know how when people know you're really in need of cash, you know, they would price you.
So you then saw real estate as an industry that you can.
Yeah, I had to go back. You know, I had to even go to a school of estates.
So whatever you felt you've achieved here, do you think you would have been able to achieve the same thing back at home?
I don't think so. I don't think I'd have been able to achieve this in Nigeria.
What's up, everybody? My name is Larry Devery, aka LD the Don. I'm a real estate investor, Nigerian American, right here in Atlanta.
Larry, popularly known as LD the Don, was known for his music. He was one of the most influential pioneers of the modern-day Nigerian music and the Afrobeat culture, long before the global expansion of Afrobeat. In later years, he relocated to Atlanta, where he transitioned from being an artist to a real estate investor.
Hey!
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
There's a lot of work going on here.
Yeah, man. You caught me at my,
my
job site
yeah.
for the day and in my work attire.
You know what? Just step outside a little bit.
All right.
Let's appreciate the beauty of what you have going on here from afar.
Basically, this is my current project in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've got a couple. You know, I usually have a couple going on, you know, at any point in time. But this particular one was a good opportunity in a nice neighborhood. This is old Atlanta. This is Brookhaven. It was an opportunity to do what I do, which is essentially buy properties, force equity out of them, and then keep them as rentals.
All right. And how did you learn how to do this?
Man, it's a long story, but my wife comes from a real estate family, and she wanted to do real estate when we moved back to the States. And I was kind of more of the IT side of things, or the design side of things, obviously music and all that. But down the road, as she grew in real estate, was when she discovered the strategy. And she said, hey, listen, you know, there's an opportunity here. I resisted it for a little while, but eventually, I think it was like 2017, was when I said, you know what, let me just give this thing a shot. And then from then on, I saw it worked. So I just started to just gobble information everywhere. You know, I have a couple virtual mentees, people who've done this, you know, extensively. So yeah, I just learned it. And since then, this is pretty much, I mean, I did a couple deals. And by the time I did my 4th deal, I was just like, okay, this is what I want to do, you know.
Maybe you saw the profit out of it. And
well,
like, okay.
there is the profit side, but I think it's really more of a wealth and asset building.
Show us on your phone what this looked like, you know, when you just got it, and let's really see how far you have come.
It started off looking like that.
Oh wow!
So that was essentially what I bought. You know, old house that was built in the 70s. So I bought this for $537, and my goal with it is to basically improve the value and get it up, you know, a couple million.
And at completion, what would you say the value would be?
Probably somewhere around 2.5.
2.5 million.
Yeah, thereabout.
Negotiable, like asking price, or that's really what?
Because of the neighborhood, houses in this neighborhood don't stay on the market. So once you put it out, maybe in a week. In fact, what you will get is competing offers.
All right.
So if I put it up for 2.5 and somebody really wants it, they might offer 100,000 more, 50,000 more, you know, 200,000 more, and then the bidding war can start, especially because of the neighborhood. So welcome to Project Brooklawn. This is sort of the main foyer entry. There's still a lot of work going on. As you can see, these guys are doing like drywall. So they're kind of doing final touches to a lot of things.
Why did you choose to do this particular business here in Atlanta, not in New York, not in Maryland, not in California? Like, why Atlanta?
Atlanta, first of all, because it's where I live, but also because there's still a lot of opportunity here, right? If I wanted to do this in New York, I would spend a lot more doing the exact same thing. To get a house, to buy a house like this in New York would probably cost me like, I don't know, $20 million, just because of the size of the house, right? But to buy a house like this here, I can buy sub 1 million, and I can turn it into 2-3 million. If I spend, I don't know, 10, 15 or whatever, $20 million buying a house like that in New York, maybe I can turn it to 25 or 27. So the return on investment is definitely better down here. That's one of the reasons why I prefer here. And then also I want to be present, but at the same time, I want to be doing this and still have time for family. I don't do my investment where it's like, oh, I just let some people run it. I enjoy the process. So this is kind of what keeps me also mentally alive,
Right.
Being in here, seeing things, making sure that the finer details are done the way that it needs to be done. Because I tell people this, construction people are the same anywhere in the world. I'm sure if you've dealt with construction people in Nigeria,
Yeah.
you know how they go. If you're not there, money feel lost. I grew up in Kaduna. I was born in Zaria, actually.
Yeah.
And so the first 16 years of my life was in Kaduna. When I graduated from secondary school, I went to Unilag and I studied architecture. As soon as I was done with architecture, I came to America. And then I was in America, then I moved back to Nigeria, then I moved back to America, and I moved back to Nigeria again, and then moved back to America again. So it's been a lot of back and forth, but I have actually spent much more of my life in America than in Nigeria. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. While I was doing my music career, when I was still, rocking as LD or whatever, most people didn't realize like my first 3 or 4 albums, I was doing them from here. But I was in Nigeria so often that, people just thought that I lived in Nigeria, but I actually lived in America.
Yeah.
So this is Tyler Perry Studios, all of this, going all the way down.
Nice.
Yes,
Only God know how much it's worth.
A lot. It's worth a lot, and it's one of the reasons too why I invest in this area, because obviously a lot of people coming for film, they need places to stay that are very close to the studios. So that's why we invest in this area.
Kind of like educate us about the model that you have going on.
Okay, so I have a model where my goal is to find assets that I can force equity into, extract some of that equity, and then keep the asset for cash flow.
So in simple terms, property that you can invest money in, take more money out.
Correct.
And still maintain that asset,
And
even
still keep
after
the
you've
asset.
taken
Even-
the money out.
Correct. Even after I've taken money out. So I'll give you simple math, right? I can buy a property, say 100,000. I put 50K into it to fix it up. The property becomes worth 250, which is simple math, because oftentimes a property that is in terrible shape, nobody wants to buy. So I can buy it for cheap. So I buy it for 100, I put 50 into it, it becomes 250. Easier math, it becomes 300, right? What I do is once it becomes 300, when I'm done, I take out a new mortgage to pay off the previous mortgage at the new value. So basically, this house that we're sitting in right now, let's use this one.
Okay.
I bought this house for 130,000. I put about 200,000 into it, also including the furnishing and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm all in, 330.
Thereabout.
By the time I was done, the house was worth 580,000. So 580 minus 330 pays off
That's
the
like
previous loan,
270 thereabout.
which is what I would net. However, the lender wants to keep 25%. They want you to have skin in the game. They don't want you to just take all the money when you take out a loan on a property. So they will hold 25%, they give you 75%. So on this particular property, I walked away with about 112,000, I think I remember. On this
After
one.
tax or before?
There's no taxes.
Because
it's a loan.
loan.
Yeah. So I walk away with 112, which my strategy is set up in such a way that, remember that 330? I had to have a down payment, right? To buy it.
Yeah.
I get all of it back.
Now let's step into the world of leadership and policy.
My name is Rep Solomon Adesanya. I was born in Nigeria. I represent the 43rd district in the state of Georgia. You sure this is fine? No button shirt?
Yeah, it's okay,
I have
man.
a button shirt.
It's
though.
okay, man. This works.
This does?
Yeah. It's very smart casual. What happens there?
Oh, that's our chamber. That's where we pass all of the bills. So we're right there. The House is there. The Senate is there. The governor is on that side.
Yeah.
So this is the state capitol. This is the Gold Dome. This is where we meet. The House sits on this side of the chamber, and the Senate sit across, and the governor sits on the second floor. This is where we pass all of the legislation. This is where we pass the bill. This is where we make the laws in Georgia. My name is Solomon Adesanya, state representative here in Georgia. I represent District 43, which is Marietta, and I have a small part of Northwest Atlanta. But my story truly begins with my father, who came to the United States from Nigeria in 1971. He came as a student, and he saw light, and he had hope, and he believed in the American dream. But as I get older and as I see, I know it is important to have a seat at the table. I know it's important to get involved in policy making, That's how I think I can influence. That's my part. That's my debt to the society. That's how I feel and believe that I can have an impact. I got into politics, I recall in 2018, I moved to Georgia in 2015. And immediately after moving here, I told my wife that, look, I'm getting involved. I have to get involved. It's important that I play a role in how society functions. And she would laugh at me and wonder how I'm going to maneuver or go about that. But I pretty much ran for office in 2022. It was a competitive election, by the way. My primary was competitive, and my general election was competitive, and as it should. I think it's okay to have competitive election and let the voters decide. It was a tough campaign, but my goal was to connect with the people. I am living that American dream. Moving to the U.S., starting my own business, getting my master's degree in public policy at Georgia State University down the street from here, and then eventually working the corporate work until December 2018 that I decided I wanted to get into entrepreneurial. Now, America has given me so much that I am grateful for, and I want to make sure that I also become a part of a movement that makes that path for many that will come after me. There's so many difficulties that many immigrants are going through over the last 10 months. I think it is down to us legislators who have the ability to change something and actually do something. And I've been part of many legislation that looks at ways to support immigrants, because immigrants is the backbone of United States. America was created on the back of immigrant. It is the land of immigrant where you can come in, work hard, contribute to the society, and that's pretty much what many have done.
His journey reflects a powerful evolution from immigrant beginning to elected leadership in the United States, shaping the future from inside the system. He's also the founder of Kill Me Crazy, an organic juice bar franchise.
This is Kill Me Crazy. This is one of my 3 franchise restaurants. We sell healthy organic food. I have 3 locations, and this is one of them. This is actually the first one that I started in 2020.
So what's the goal? Like, where do you want to expand to? Like, what's the long-term goal with this brand?
Well, I'm excited to have 3 of this location. My goal is to continue to serve healthy and organic food to the people. We've got too many fried food places. I think it's a nice compliment to have a healthy and salad restaurant, and I'm very proud to be a part of this brand.
Okay, let's take a look at the inside.
All right, come on in. And this is some of our healthy merchandise that we sell. That's the kitchen in the back. We have the machine for the lattes and the hot drinks.
Yeah.
And this is the sitting area.
Yeah. This is your menu?
That's the menu right there. Some of the amazing meals that we sell.
Right. So how many customers have you served in this location? Do you have that data? I'm not sure.
We sell to about 120 customers every day.
Every day?
Every day. And we've been open for a little over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Started with one restaurant. As you know, a lot of time you start with one and you master that recipe, you master that idea, and then you duplicate that. So after I owned, my first restaurant was owned for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I got into my second one, and I got into my third one, and I'm in the process of expanding to my 4th location now. But I really got into entrepreneurship because I like cooking and I like eating too. It was something I've done since I was little. I like to cook, and I got to a point where I figured, the best way for me to make a living is to do something I enjoy to do.
My name is Remi Oshikonlu. I'm a Nigerian-American real estate developer. I build houses in Atlanta, Georgia particularly. This was an abandoned apartment complex, abandoned for over 20 years. And one of the core things that we're trying to do is revamp communities.
Oh, okay.
And so we spoke to the councilman, we came into the town, we looked at this whole place and we saw the prospect. So it's 100 units.
Was this your first project?
Yes, this was our first major project. If as a developer, I'll say this is what launched me into being a real estate developer. This project that just 5 years ago was a $10 million project is worth $22 to $25 million. And we are not talking about the cash flow.
Oh yeah.
The average rent is $1,800.
Yeah.
So if you bought this now and you had $1,800 a month for 100 tenants, that's $180,000 in your pocket every month. If you take 10% vacancy, that's still about $160,000.
Okay, so I'm going to like to know about like your backstory. You're a Nigerian immigrant here in America, making a business for yourself. But what's the story like?
Yeah.
Why did you choose to move to America? How was life like for you in Nigeria?
I'll be honest, life was good in Nigeria, and I came to the US to do my master's in international law, and then I stayed on in the United States to practice law, and I focused mainly on real estate law. But from before I came to the US, I'd always been interested in real estate.
Okay.
And I've always said, the backstory is my dad passed away when he was a younger person, and he had some real estate, and that really helped us. So I understood that the real wealth is real estate. And so as I came here and I started practicing law and working and representing banks, buyers and sellers, I started just to basic buy a house, renovate it, and they call it fix and flip. And then I got more interested in actual construction. All right, so you're welcome to this beautiful house in Niski Lakes in Atlanta. I'll call it my masterpiece because I put my all into building this. So it has like a 4-car garage. It's a huge house, fully automated on everything that you could ever imagine. We have a wraparound outdoor deck. This takes us onto the outside by the pool area. The community is fantastic. It's just a really beautiful community.
It's beautiful. How much is this home that we're in right now?
So this particular house was sold for like $1,175,000. But that's just the sale. The buyer wanted a finished basement with movie theater and all those things you saw in downstairs, and they wanted a pool. That put on another $600,000. So this is like a $1.7 million house. We'll start from the basement. The basement has its own bar here. Nice. It has a wonderful, beautiful fireplace right here. You have a guest room, or I would use this, I mean it's sold now, but I would use this as my office. Because I have my office overlooking the pool, and it's en suite. And this is just the basement. And then this could be your gym.
Right. How many bedrooms in total?
There's 5 bedrooms and counting, because you can use it as a gym or a room, And this is the movie theater.
You call it a movie theater or cinema?
Yeah, cinema.
Okay.
So this is a multi-million-dollar home.
Okay.
For this kind of house, you need, and if you look up there, you'll see speakers.
Speakers, yeah.
And the house has speakers all around.
All right.
That is, all automated. We have a light feature, if at night. And then this is the main floor.
Right. Okay.
Vaulted ceiling, huge doors. This is another, like we call it, they call it a conversation room here. So somebody comes, before they get into the house, you can have them seated here. You have a little bar where you could give them drinks.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I try to do as a developer is I build houses that work for us also. So if you have guests from Nigeria, you want to eat with your hands. In the American home, you'll have to go to the toilet. So we incorporated this.
Oh.
So that, you want to, just for us, you're not washing plates here. You can wash your hands and you're in the dining room, and you don't have to go into the toilet to do that. So those are the little things that I like. You have your garage.
Oh, okay.
This controls everything in the house. And you have these iPad pods. where you can turn on the music, turn off the music. And it's not only in the living room. You can see that there's the speakers, you have speakers throughout the house. And look at this wonderful, huge countertop.
Yeah, it is huge.
And, this is the kitchen. The theme is like black and white.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of modern theme that we're trying to look at. This is the refrigerator. Everything is fitted. Look at this.
That's inside the... Oh, nice. Okay. Nice.
And then we have a wine cellar. You have a coffee station over there.
Yeah.
And we have the wraparound
balcony. Beautiful.
You can see the neighbor's house too.
Yeah.
So you can just have breakfast here, overlooking your pool, overlooking your neighbor, and everybody is happy and comfortable. I personally am in love with this house. Because I took my time. We took, every detail, even the tiling for the fireplaces.
How many projects have you developed all like in America?
So I can't really count them. In New York, we did a 9-family house once. We've done several 2-family houses, so that's New York. I do more in Atlanta now. So here, this is our signature move into the luxury space.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to a site where we're just going to see it's like vacant land, but we're building 12 townhomes there. And then you saw the 100 units that we did.
How long did it take you to build this from foundation to finish?
The real construction took probably 8 months. So after we had finished the actual construction, we had to now come back in to help finish in the basement, put in the home theater, put in the pool, and put in all these other things.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the top floor. Again, the same feature. This is the primary suite. Not, I'm just turning on this light, not primary bedroom. Call it a primary suite. And you'll see why. So this is the bedroom. You see how, look at this, look at how huge.
Yeah.
And then of course we're going into the, I don't know whether you can call this a bathroom. So look at this.
Okay, now this is really nice.
This is royal.
You had a lot of land to play with, right?
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm just thinking where we come from, like for you to find something like this.
But we have the land. It's just this is the vision. You're in your shower. This is just being in the shower.
Yeah.
Look at the nook so that you can put all your accessories. So it's the attention to detail that I specialize in. That's what I actually enjoy. So this is the walk-in closet. It's like a studio in New York.
What was really that reason that you left the country initially?
I just wanted to do more. I thought that I had exhausted my options in Nigeria at that time, and we had a military regime,
oh, wow.
Abacha.
You're old.
Yes, that is the old school. So I'm knocking on 60. So
yeah.
We had Abacha, and we had a lot of things going on at that time. And it looked like democracy was not coming back. And we had the June 12 and all these things. So I said, let me go to the US. My family is here, my mom lives here, my sisters live in the US. I was the last one out of Nigeria. I really didn't want to leave. But during that period, a friend of mine, Tony Onogorua, was killed. His father was the Attorney General of Nigeria, and there was this whole Abacha thing. So I just was, and then I got, robbed once. And, and so when all those things happened, I said, look, let me take a break.
So out of every other country that you would have gone to, Australia, the UK, or any European country, why specifically the United States?
Apart from Nigeria, the US is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. I just love the American spirit. I love the opportunity. I love, there's so many bottlenecks in so many places. They call it the glass ceiling. And I know even in America they talk about it. But here, I came from Nigeria. I'm building houses in the US. Nobody has ever stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. I came from Nigeria, I took the bar exam, I passed. I came from Nigeria, I became a US citizen. I came from Nigeria, I had my own law practice. I came from Nigeria, I had my children, most of them here. And there are challenges here, but the opportunities in America are unparalleled. The American dream, I think, is the opportunity to come from anywhere in the world and become an American. I find it difficult, and I'm not trying to be controversial, I find it difficult for somebody to become English if they came from somewhere else. They probably can become British, but you can't be English. You can think you are, but you're not. I don't see how you can become German. You can think you are, but you're not. But you can become American, because even the people that say that they are Americans, they came from somewhere, apart from the Native Americans. Everybody is an immigrant country founded by immigrants. And so when you come here, you become an American.
I made it to New York, to the famous 47th Street in Manhattan, known as one of the largest diamond centers in the world, also called the Diamond District, and we are here to meet our next guest.
Hey, what's going on, boss?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you, man.
Everybody seems to be on bling bling.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Michael Oshanaya, a Nigerian American, born here in New York City, and I'm a partner here at NYC Luxury. So we have a private boutique, as you can see. We just finished renovating in here. We have a wide collection of jewelry, from custom diamond jewelry to engagement rings, diamond earrings, plain watches, iced out watches, anything in the jewelry industry that you can think of, we do it here. That's what we specialize in. We source our diamonds from all over the world. We make sure that we have non-conflict diamonds. We source our diamonds from locations in Africa, India, Israel, Russia, and we really meticulously look for the best quality diamonds that we can find, because a lot of people will sell you the same quality diamond, but it's about how the diamonds are cut. It really makes a significant difference in the final product and the brilliance in the stones that you see.
So you got diamonds on here?
Yeah, man, I got a little bit of...
How much is that? What's it worth?
Something like this, about this size, will be somewhere in the neighborhood of $60,000 to $70,000.
What you have going on?
Yeah, right here.
Don't play with him.
It's one street, over 200 billion in just diamonds. Not talking about gold.
So everybody working here, are they interested to buy diamonds, or they're just working?
Well, the Diamond District is a little bit of a circus. As you walk up and down it, you'll have people ask you if you're buying or selling. On this street, you'll see Uruses, Rolls-Royce Cullinans, Lamborghinis, Bentleys, everything, every day. It's incredibly common. I'm almost blind to it now. And you see different people specialize in different stuff. These guys, they got colored gemstones, and they got small wire gold chains of all different variety links.
And you get the police everywhere.
Everywhere you can see there's police. And there are a lot of famous jewelers, on the street. Jacob the jeweler got started on the corner.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this car yours?
In Jesus' name.
Because you be out here selling $1 million worth of jewelry, so I thought you.
Man, I'm pretty humble. I'd like to stay on the low, but you know, lots of people in the jewelry business have some of the nicest cars you're ever gonna see. Like I said, every day you'll see something like this on this street. You can't go without seeing it. Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, he was the guy who owns this business. He was in the movie. He's played a significant character in the movie. Yeah, lots of jewelers are often in movies. These movies. I told you, it's a very famous movie. A lot of jewelers find themselves in these movies, and the reason why things like that happen is because these actors or whatever, they shop with us, and then they provide opportunities to participate in being part of the movie. Like the Michael B. Jordan movie that came out earlier this year, Sinners. My company did all of the grills that Michael B. Jordan wore, and all of the jewelry that was in that movie was stuff that we created. And I'll make sure I send you some of the photos related to that.
So tell me how you got into, how did you get into this business?
I was working for a number of years in the luxury real estate space here in New York. I made a little bit of a name for myself. I moved up from the luxury rental space and started making a few sales. And ultimately, I made a very substantial sale, and I got a nice check.
You're not going to tell us what it is?
I'd rather not say, but... And I wanted to treat myself to my first Rolex. So not really knowing anything about jewelry, I said, you know, I listen to a lot of rappers. They're all, shout out this one guy. He's very popular. He has a name brand, a household name. I'm gonna go to him. I'm gonna go shop and spend my money there. So after work one day, I was really excited. I had my money in my pocket. And I came down here to the diamond district, knowing that I came here looking to buy my first Rolex. I was dressed well, I was excited. And I went to that very famous guy, and I was shocked that I was treated incredibly disrespectfully. And he was very dismissive and rude in a way that like I really could not believe it. And I left, and I was a block or two away at Starbucks, and I was drinking to myself, and that thought crossed my mind. If I'm going to take that money that I was going to use to buy myself a gift and find my way to start a business to get into that industry. There are people who are becoming millionaires overnight doing this business, then that's me being on the other side of the table is a niche that I knew that I was going to fill, because I don't often see black faces like my own as the ones who are owning the business. So I took that money and I invested, and I bought a small amount of jewelry, and I worked and I hustled, and I knew how to manipulate social media and get in contact with a lot of people. From there, the next day, I brought in a couple of rappers, and that deal also went very well. And you know, we over the next year, things worked really well, and I ended up becoming a partner here at NYC Luxury. So and I've been here now for 8 years.
Oh wow!
In the industry as a whole for 11, but here at NYC Luxury for 8. You know, over the next several years, I was able to grow and grow, and thank God now, about 10 years later, here we are.
What are the different kind of products you guys sell here? Like you have wristwatches, you got like...
Yeah, so...
I don't know so much about this business because I feel like you have to have money to understand how to, you know, like stuff like that.
There's a crazy learning curve in learning about all the different facets of the business, yeah. But we sell plain and custom diamond jewelry, engagement rings, fully iced out diamond watches, plain watches, and custom diamond pieces. So like if you see a rapper or entertainer out there and they've got a big piece or whatever that says their name or their logo or their team or whatever, we kind of specialize in that space.
So can you look at something and be like, this is fake?
Of course. So like the part that I didn't tell you as part of my story is when I first started out and not knowing anything, I sold a lot of fake jewelry.
Oh.
That which like informed my eye to like know what the value and the quality of.
But the people that you're the people that you're selling to, they know it's not original.
No. They knew what it was. They knew that they were buying an affordable alternative.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So tell me, like, what's the most sale that you've made in one product, like selling one stuff to a client?
I had a client that bought a number of things and he spent just shy of $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
And like, how much would come to, like, because I don't know how you guys do the business. Like, you buy the diamonds, you sell it at a higher price, and then you keep the profit, or like?
Well, it depends on what sort of product that they want to buy. Something like this necklace that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
We buy the gold and then
you make it.
Yes, we have I have a team of people who I employ who work on the manufacturing end. But the links are then hand built. I can show you actually one of these necklaces. So this necklace is a lot like the one that I'm wearing in the process before it gets iced out. You see it's very heavy. It's solid gold, 14 karat.
This is gold?
Yeah, solid gold.
Wow.
So now what makes these necklaces special is that all of these links are built by hand. So there are companies that will have a machine print them out, but like building it by hand, while it does cost more in labor, you're going to get a perfect finish where you see that the amount of space between these links is identical. The size of the links themselves are identical. The thickness on each and every single link is identical, and it takes a lot of labor to do that.
Yeah.
And just time and like having a skilled craftsman to polish it out and make sure that it gets perfect like this. From this state, then holes are drilled into it, and then the diamonds are set.
Okay, so you're charging people for this gold and the diamond on it.
Yeah, and the labor as well.
And the labor.
And the labor ain't free.
Oh, that's true, right?
Somebody got to pay for it.
So, do you have the diamond district here in New York? Because New York is considered, one of the richest, home to some of the richest, people in America. Like, do places like this exist in the other states of America?
Yeah, I mean, there are jewelry stores all over the country. But like I said, 80% of the diamonds that enter the country enter this diamond district before they get distributed to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
So if you're shopping for jewelry, your best bet is to get it at the source before, other middlemen make their money.
And hype up the price. So
Yeah.
what's the most affordable thing I can get here? And what's the most expensive thing that I can get in here?
I mean, if you dream it, we can build it. So anything that you're looking for can be done.
Okay.
We make tons of grills. Tons of grills. They're very popular here in the States.
Artists and people they like what they
artists, athletes, social media influencers, you name it. We've dealt with everyone from Drake to Kodak Black.
Oh, Drake has been here?
Yeah, Drake, Little Dirk. We service, NYC Luxury specializes in professional athletes and some of the top names in entertainment. So
when Drake got here, what did he buy?
he bought a emoji chain. You know, the
Emoji
chain that he got that had an eggplant on it, a woman. When Certified Lover Boy came out and he had all those emojis on the album, he made a necklace here to
How much
to
was
match
that?
it. That, I think was like $200,000.
Wow, people be buying.
Yeah.
I'll be scared to wear
This chain right here is $170,000.
This one?
Both of them are each $170,000. Pardon me.
Wow. Man, this is.
You got a nice amount of money in this showroom.
Yeah, like even them wristwatches, this one.
That's a woman's watch. That's a Rolls Royce of women's APs. Custom
You call it
diamond.
the Rolls Royces of women's what?
Yeah, Rolls Royce of women's watches. Because an AP is a very high-end sought after watch, and now we covered this in about 40 carats of diamonds. So it is an expensive piece.
What does it take for someone to get into this business?
Investment and like I said, being able to network with people. Building relationships is probably the most important thing that you can do to be able to grow in this business. And having your eye on the books at all times. There are lots of little places during the manufacturing process where a penny here, a penny there, like that necklace that I showed you, in the polishing process, microscopic dust of that gold gets polished off, right? If you put it together, it adds up. It's still gold, it adds up. Now, some places they can, instead of returning it to you, they can keep that dust because you're not thinking anything of it. Oh, it's just something that happens during the labor process. But if you add that dust together and it weighs something, gold is gold. It's universal currency.
That's right.
So I think the most important thing to growing this business is understanding where there's a need, where you can find product that you're going to sell quickly and get a return on your investment. So like most people will start out with something like earrings or wristwatches.
Yeah.
Watches, there's always a demand for people looking to get a Rolex or an AP or a Patek.
But these ones are a little bit more affordable, right?
Yeah. Depending on the model, we have products that range for all price points, for all.
Michael, co-founder of NYC Luxury and a Nigerian-born entrepreneur, is carving his name into one of the most exclusive industries in the world.
All sorts of different businesses on this block. Like you can see, these guys sell gold bullion. They just sell gold coins. Gold, with everything that's going on in the politics and in the world and the economy right now, people are unsure about the US dollar being the global standard currency. And as people are, all these wars are going on, and as people are scared, they're worried that the dollar is not really going to be worth anything. So they're protecting themselves and their assets and their investments by buying gold. And right now, I don't know if you've seen, gold is the highest that it has ever been in human history.
I mean, apart from the business that you have going on, why did you choose New York as a place? Is it just because of the business? Or there's
Well,
something else?
New York is an international city, and it is the #1 city for business entertainment. Most of the professional sports leagues have their headquarters within 5 minutes of here.
Okay.
NBC Universal is 1 block. Rockefeller Center is a block away. Fox News is across the street. So you have lots of major, CBS is like 2 or 3 blocks down their global headquarters. CNN's New York headquarters is also less than 5 minutes away. So at the cross section of business and entertainment, you have a lot of people who make a lot of money. And jewelry, especially diamonds, is one of the easiest ways for wealth to be change hands without drawing attention to yourself. I could, in my pocket, have $20 million in a small pouch in diamonds, and nobody, that it's a wire transfer that a bank doesn't need to worry about. I can pass money to somebody without drawing the attention of people that you don't want to draw attention to.
If you are an African immigrant watching this video and you have built a successful business impacting people, you can reach out to me via email or DM to get featured in an upcoming series. I'll see you guys in the next episode.